Welcome back to We're Not Really Here, and that is half-time of this third round fixture in the FA Cup, and it is Manchester City 3, Birmingham 0. Great first half, Andy? Exactly what we wanted.
Yeah, it was, and the early goal obviously settles. They look deflated now. You know, it's going to be a tough afternoon for them to try and pick anything from this now. You know, City look dangerous every time they win the ball back. So, it looks like it could be a rough ride now for Birmingham going into the second half. Yeah,
it was an ideal start for us, exactly what we were hoping for, and I imagine exactly opposite of what Birmingham were hoping for. 2 goals for Bernardo Silva in the first 16 minutes. If we talk about the first one first, the technique, for anybody that is watching this that wasn't blessed to be able to watch the game live, that was some goal from Bernardo Silva, wasn't it, Richard?
It was outstanding finish. The ball was actually on the way up, you know, which is one of the hardest ones to volley, but he managed to get his leg really high, got over the ball, and top corner, what we all like to see. And it was like Andy says, they look dangerous every time they go forward. You know, it's absolutely freezing as well out there. So some of the football is actually warming us up and getting us off our seat, which is great.
Yeah, if you can see the three of us here, don't feel sorry for us. We got to watch the game, but we're sat here shivering, trying to get blood back into our fingers because it is absolutely freezing out there. But certainly it warmed us up straight away. And you turned to me after that first goal, Andy, and you said a few weeks ago that might have gone over, but the confidence and the way that we are so ruthless right now, it was just a brilliant finish.
Yeah, and you know, I've said often it's, you know, the result is always a reflection of our finishing, and we probably had 6 chances in the first half and taken 3. You know, so it's a fantastic ratio, and that's what was lacking earlier in the season. We weren't getting them goals, and it deflates the team, the opposition. It makes it so difficult for them now to try and pick themselves up at half-time. I'm not sure what the manager says to them, apart from remain honest, work hard, and make sure you give everything you've got. Because, you know, as this game goes on and it begins to get stretched later on, you know, it could turn into what I predicted as 6-0.
Yes, Andy, just getting that in there, just to remind everybody. So scoring so quickly, Richard, as I say, perfect for us. In terms of the opposition, it's exactly what you don't want to happen when you come here. Does it effectively knock their game plan out and make them have to? They've got to try and go for it now, which obviously we stopped.
Yeah, their game plan, and then most teams that come here is keep it tight, keep in the game, and then hopefully you're looking for one opportunity somewhere in the game. But after 15 minutes, they were 2-0 down, and you can't change too much because if they open up, they'll get picked off and they'll get battered. So it's demoralising for them. They have to try and, like Andy says, keep honest, keep their shape, keep working hard, but it's so difficult. You're watching some of the body language of the players, and the ball's coming over and they think they're getting it, and it's back over the other side and the heads are just going down, and it's so difficult. But that's what Man City are great at, and they're not going to ease up just because and feel sorry for teams. They're going to keep going for it.
Yeah, then we further deflated them a few minutes later when Bernardo Silva scored his second goal of the game. The build-up to this goal, when you watch it back, the pass by Riyad Mahrez is unbelievable, and then the Kevin De Bruyne assist. The goal itself is beautiful, but the build-up play in particular was special, Andy.
Yeah, it's they've kept the ball. They've been patient. Then it's a little bit of magic. You know, the most difficult thing apart from finishing is that final pass. And on this moment, you know, the appreciation and the wait from Mahrez, and then you're basically gambling. Then De Bruyne, he's got to pull it back towards the penalty spot, and hopefully somebody's there. And Bernardo's there, and it's a simple finish. But the key moment is obviously the weight of pass from Mahrez, which was just fantastic and great to watch.
Yeah, Algeria will be going mad right now. We know how crazy those fans are for Mahrez, and they'll be going even crazier in the build-up to City's third goal. Phil Foden. In his last 4 starts, Phil has been involved in 5 goals now, 3 goals and 2 assists. Incredible records from Phil Foden. And in the build-up to that goal, another assist by Riyad Mahrez, and then just a beautiful finish by Phil Foden.
Yeah, it's all about Foden's finish for me. He's playing in that false 9 position where we've seen De Bruyne, and it's almost like the manager's saying, I believe you can play there, go and show me, go and prove yourself. And he's dropped back in, he's received the ball in midfield, but on this occasion he got it, and his first touch just moves it away, and like you tell strikers, move it and shoot as quick as you can, and his finish into the corner is excellent. The power he gets behind it and the accuracy is just outstanding.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about that formation. So I often have a bit of a joke on this show when we do the team news, thinking who's playing where? And we spent sort of the first 5 or 10 minutes of the game thinking, who's playing where? And I'd sort of said Bernardo in the middle, but it could be Phil in the middle, and I wasn't sure. Within sort of 5 or 10 minutes, we realised that Phil was playing more in the centre today, Andy.
Yeah, he's central, and Jesus is playing wide. Mahrez is, there's no real identity, there's rotations there continually. And also probably throw the opposition manager off. He'll have some sort of game plan, position-wise, and then City come up with Foden in the middle. It's good to watch. And especially when it clicks and it goes the way it does now. Like I say, it's a tough afternoon for Birmingham now. As being a player in games where I've been hammered, and manager also, the day out at Manchester City, there'd be 8,000 Birmingham City fans here. All their families would be here. An incredible occasion. So they could take something from it. And they would feed off the energy from their own fans. To be 2-0 and 3-0, you're hanging on, maybe hoping to get a shirt off one of the players at City. That's your reward for the day, because that is a really tough afternoon now for them. As Dunny's just said, it's relentless shuttles back and forward, changing direction, just run for 90 minutes, get on the bus and go home, and it's very little reward. But I hope they come out and have a real go, and and stand proud, because these afternoons are tough, really tough.
Yeah, and really tough when you're 3-0 down and the team is doing really well, and you've got somebody like Kevin De Bruyne, a world-class player, who just continues to batter you with some insane passes. I mean, he is, you were saying, Andy, we get to watch from up here, so we get a much better view of the pitch, but he is spotting passes, Richard, that nobody else can see them, surely, because they're so incredible.
Yeah, it's like he has that bird's eye vision stuck into his head, and he can see it as we can see it from above. And the pass that he made to Phil Foden in behind two players is just incredible to see, and it's a joy to watch. And he just looks like, I said earlier, he can create chances from any situation on the pitch. And if the Birmingham players switch off for 1 second, he'll find the error in them, and I think he created one so far, and he'll probably go on and create more chances in the second half.
Yeah, because we are lucky to be watching it from up here. We're kind of on the second tier of the Etihad, so we get a full great view of the whole pitch, and everyone watching at home, you'll be getting obviously all the TV cameras and angles from it. But Andy, in terms of him as a player, on the pitch, to be able to be spotting those passes, it really is an insane God-given talent.
Yeah, it is, and that's, you've hit the nail on the head. It's a talent. You've been pitch side, and we've also been up here, and like Dunny's just said, he's actually got a vision, and what he's putting the ball into an area, and I wouldn't so much as he's hitting Foden, he's actually making sure he misses the defender, and then it's all about the weight of the pass and the angle of the pass, and it's perfection, and it's so often we see that. It's a pleasure to watch him, and it's without a shadow of doubt. He is, for me, the outstanding player in world football, and we're not getting so much of European football as we used to, so we're just seeing the domestic league, but week in, week out, he keeps producing the same standards and the same quality, so yeah, we're very fortunate. Although it's cold, we're fortunate to be here seeing it.
Yeah, we're fortunate to witness that. Another look at the team there in terms of where the positioning today, Richard. We talked about at the start before the game, Kyle Walker playing in the centre, and as the game sort of started, you realised that Cancelo, although he probably on paper was right back, he's spending a lot of time in the centre of midfield there.
Yeah, and I think we need to almost get away from formations when we're talking about Man City now. It's just players have roles in the team and jobs to do, and that's the way it is. And Cancelo's down as a flat back four, but he moves into midfield, and as soon as they lose it, he'll then take in defensive positions, cover that right hand side. But I think there's certain players you could look at Diaz and go, right, you're centre half. Look at Rodri, you're number 6, and the rest of it is different roles at different times and different attitudes. And even in terms of the first 15 minutes, they went forward and forward and forward. Then they took their foot off the gas a little bit. Still controlled the match, but didn't put that threat on Birmingham. And as soon as they step up to that next gear, they're just so much better than them. But the movement, it's I said here, is freezing, and you're looking for something to keep you warm, to entertain you. The individual talent of each player on the pitch is frightening. The movement, the ability to pass, to find space is just outstanding, and it's you can see they are back to their best.
Yes, I like that. I'm going to stop trying to predict formations, although I do enjoy it. I do spend the first 5-10 minutes of every game thinking, right, who's playing where and trying to clock them all. In the show before the match, we did our wonderful Mystery Blue segment. Now, Andy in particular definitely thinks he knows who it is. We're going to have a quick look now again at the Mystery Blue, give you a chance. So, as we say, this is a former City player, and we've just blurred the screen up a bit, and we want you to try and guess who it is. So let's take a little look. So, the Mystery Blue. Now, we kind of deduced that it was perhaps an EIDOS shirt, because it's the one with the white sleeves. Now, Andy's had a text from your son, Andy, saying, and I like this, it was a good idea. This looks like a game at Old Trafford, and I'm having that. I think that's a game at Old Trafford.
Yeah, it looks that way, and I'm still quite confident I got it right initially.
OK, right, let's have your guesses then, Andy. Who do you think that was?
I think it's George Weah. OK.
Richard, any ideas?
Hatem Trabelsi.
Okay, wow, that was, yeah, right. Do you know what? We're going to have a look at Twitter now. If anybody else has said that, that'll be incredible. So we do like you tweeting and telling us who you think it is. You can use the hashtag WNRH. So, guesses for today. We've got the beautiful South, George Weah. One for you there, Andy. And then we've got Clara, who says Paolo Wanchop. William Hill, another Paolo Wanchop guess. I feel like that's the right era for that shirt. And then we have a Thomas Halpin, who says, WNRH. Come on, Donny, give a shout out to the Irish City fans.
Hello.
And then we have another wonderful guest, and I've got to apologise. I've not got a Scooby-Doo how to pronounce your name, sir. And your guest is Sean Gota. I'm going to say Ovanko, perhaps. Probably butchered that. I do apologise. So we've got a couple of Paolo Wanchops, Sean Gota and George Weah. I think somebody may have that right, but you will find out at full time. So you've got to come back and join us here at full time, where we'll be giving you immediate analysis of the game as well. You'll find out who that Mystery Blue is. And hopefully we might be talking about more goals. The pre-match predictions were 4-0, 5-0, 6-0. So we're all on, but if we were going to be looking anywhere, who do you think's got this side? You fancying yours, Andy?
Yeah. I'll take 3-0 now as an understanding of football and how tough it is for them out there. I'll Birmingham losing 3-0. We're in the draw and they're not too humiliated. That would be a nice end to it.
Yes, totally agree. Being in the hat is the main thing. I do hope though that we maybe might see Liam Delap off the bench. That would be a lovely end to the day as well if we can win and perhaps see that happen. So yes, do join us back here at full time straight away. We'll be shivering as we try to get warm again, but we will be here doing immediate analysis of the game. So enjoy the second half.